Virtual private network and its implementation. This is the topic of today's discussion. In this presentation, we will see about what is virtual private network, the VPN, evaluation of VPN, and how it is working, then its various types, and what are the protocols it is using, every implementation of VPN and its applications, some disadvantages, advantages, thing we'll see in this presentation. So let's see what do you mean by virtual private network. Why we need to use virtual private network? You know about the public network. What do you mean by public network? Which is your internet. Okay. Then for our organization, you have an intranet. You want to work that intranet anywhere in the world. Then what we can do? The only solution is the internet. So we can host our intranet in the public network called internet by providing required security and the required bandwidth limitations. Because the public network, the security is very low, but we need to achieve the desired security as well as the desired speed. So the only solution is the VPN, virtual private network. So a virtual private network allows you to securely extend your private intranet over the public network. So using this VPN, you can control your network traffic. At the same time, you can provide required security features to your network. So the VPN interconnects all kinds of users of an organization across all types of locations in the world. So the important feature of this VPN is it more secure, user-friendly, flexible enough to traverse a variety of platforms. That is, you can use VPN in your laptop, mobile phone, desktop, everything. Either in Windows operating system or iMac, then you can have any kind of use cases. You will see later about what are the different kind of use cases in the VPN. So the VPN, while using it, it creates a tunnel. The tunnel is the secure way of exchanging your information between two entities involving in the communication. That's the introduction about the virtual private network. That we see the evaluation of virtual private network. So in the earlier days, in the computer network, which can be implemented with the two major technologies. One is the leased line for permanent connectivity. So you need to buy an IP address from the service provider. Then the required bandwidth will be allocated for you with the IP address. Then you can use this for your organization's needs. But you are wasting the bandwidth when it is not utilized properly. Then the next one is the dial-up lines. So whenever you want to connect with the internet, then using the dial-up lines that are connected with the device called the modem, modulator, demodulator, you can connect it to the internet whenever you are required to use that one. But these two technologies cannot provide cost-effective implementation due to the following reasons. One is the traffic profile. So the typical traffic profile between any two sites in a network varies based on the time of the day of the month, and even the season. Say, for example, in the Christmas season, the traffic might be very high. Similarly, for the New Year season, like that. So the typical traffic profile we cannot anticipate in advance in the kind of networks. Then the end user always require fast response. Then only we can withstand in the market. So high bandwidth requirement is the important one, but in the leased line, whenever the connection is utilized, the bandwidth is properly used. Otherwise, the bandwidth is wasted. Then due to these two reasons, the data communication industry and the internet service provider develop a new technology called a virtual private network. So which is the statistical multiplexing scheme that provide the customers with a service that was almost an equivalent to the leased lines, but with the more security. Okay, how does a VPN works? So I already told you it creates a tunnel between two entities which are involving in the communication. So the tunnel secure that data exchanged between these two entities. So the eavesdroppers or the hackers cannot get the data out of the tunnel. So the VPN traffic is very much strong. Strong in the sense unauthorized users cannot detect the contents of the network, even it is transist in the public network, that is the internet. The third party intercept the traffic, then he cannot be able to access the packet payloads. That is the best use cases or the advantages of VPN. So VPN hides specific user details in the traffic they protect. What are the details it hides? Are the IP addresses, geographic locations, browser histories, device and software, etc. So all these informations are hidden in the transistor. So the hackers cannot get the details about the players involved in the communication. So let us consider an example scenario to explain the VPN in detail. Suppose the headquarters of your office located at the Washington DC. So all computers of your head office are connected to the VPN server. So server in the sense which is well configured in server containing the public IP address and a router or switch to connect all computers in the local network area. That is your head office. Suppose your branch office is located at Mumbai, Tokyo, in China, somewhere in the world. So for example, a user at Mumbai office connects to the virtual private network server using a dial-up window. Here the dial-up window is the VPN client, and the VPN server returns an IP address, which is the series of IP addresses belonging to the local network of the corporate office, not the actual IP address, but it returns the IP address of the local network situated at the Washington. So this is a diagrammatic scenario which explains the VPN. So here, this is your organization structure. So the 192.168.10.10 is the IP address of the head office. So this is the public IP address which is connected with the internet. So all these branch office located at Mumbai, Tokyo, Seoul, all are having the series of IP addresses that are provided by the VPN server, but it is not the IP addresses of these clients C1, C2, C3. So these three clients can make use of this IP address provided by the VPN server, so that it hides the internal details of all the messages exchanged between the setup provided by the VPN. That is the beauty of VPN. Say for example, suppose if you want to use the Spotify music app, which is not active in India, but we are making full use of it while we are sitting in India. How it is possible? The only solution is VPN. So VPN is on camouflage our geolocation between these two entities. Say for example, suppose the IP address in India is 101.22.23.3, which may not be able to access the Spotify music app located in the US market. But the magic begins when we use the VPN client application, which is used to change the device IP address to the IP address of the location we want. That is the US address where the Spotify works in a seamless manner. This IP address is changed using VPN technology. So your device will connect to the VPN server of the respective country that you have entered in your location text box in the VPN client application. And now you will inherit a new IP address from this server. That is the server located at the US provide you a new IP address. Your IP address is hidden, that is tunneled between the VPN client and the VPN server. So no one can intercept that communication occurs between this client and server. So it ensures the security by providing an encrypted tunnel. That's I told you, encrypted tunnel between the client and the VPN server. The encrypted tunnel provides the secure way of communicating between the client and server. Then you will see about different types of VPN. There are several category of VPNs are available. The first one is the remote access VPN, which permits you to connect to a private network and access all its service and resources remotely. So the connection between the user and the private network occurs through the internet, and the connection is secure and private, which is useful for home users and business case, some use cases in the business scenario. Then the second category of VPN is site to site VPN or router to router VPN. So this kind of VPN is implemented in the router or the switch that is commonly used in the large companies. So the companies with the more branch office located in different locations can use